Dear aspirants, having discussed the myths pertaining to the screening test, let us move forward and in this video discuss some of the prominent myths pertaining to the story writing part. Now, this video will be applicable both to PPDT as well as TAT story writing. Now, the gravest myth that I've heard many candidates talking about is that you have to simply remember a few themes and that will be enough for writing these stories. And the themes are like women empowerment, organizing an event, Safai Abhiyan, blood donation camp. So these are certain set themes. You remember these themes and you go to the SSB and try and fit these themes onto whatever picture that is shown to you. So this is the worst thing that you can actually do to yourself. Now, I would like to highlight this through a riddle. Let's say if I ask you a riddle to say that once a father and son were going for a drive and they met with a very grievous accident. Father unfortunately died and the son was very badly wounded. Now he was brought to this hospital, and when he was about to be operated, the surgeon came out and said that I will not be able to operate this boy because this boy is my son. So now, who is this surgeon? Now, if you're finding a problem in looking for an answer for this, that means there is something wrong because the surgeon is the boy's mother. So if you have a gender bias in your mind and you're writing a story about women empowerment, naturally that story will look very artificial because that is not your belief truly, that you've just copied it from somewhere and you're putting it down, and naturally it will be seen by the assessor somewhere or the other. So unless you experience these themes that you're writing, those will definitely look borrowed themes. So again, I would like to highlight with another example. Like my son, after he completed his graduation in filmmaking, he decided to take a trek from a place called Beed Billing in Himachal, where paragliding happens, to up to Kargil. So this was a 45-day long trek through treacherous terrain and very hostile weather. And they were literally living off the land, staying with the Gujars and the Bakarwals, and living in cow sheds. So after the 1.5 month trek that he took, when he got back in a quite a disheveled state, so I was asking him the reason for taking this trek. So what he told me was that I can only tell stories if I experience those stories. So same is actually so closely related to what we do in TAT story writing. So it is so much applicable to the SSB aspirants that unless you experience those stories and if you tell those stories, they will not be sounding very real. So please start living those stories, and like I've been saying, that you got to be observant and you got to be outgoing and got to be coming out of the virtual world of your Facebook and WhatsApp and start really experiencing life. So that is the best way to actually write authentic stories. Now, the second myth, which I've heard many candidates talking about, is that through your stories, you should take out some social causes, or stories should be based on certain social issues. Now, again, it's a misnomer. Now, what is a social issue? Anything that is happening between humans is social. Like human beings are social animals. So therefore, any story pertaining to you all, for example, if you talk about giving a surprise party for your grandfather, or perhaps buying a present for your teacher who taught you after you got your job and you went to look her up or look him up. So once again, it shows your social values. So therefore, you don't have to literally do Safai Abhiyans and blood donation to talk about social themes. So social themes are wherever your value systems are seen. Let's say if you talk about inviting your neighbors over and telling or convincing the neighbors that let's have a Sunday brunch together, turn by turn, and that block of 4 houses, each Sunday you have a gathering in one of those houses and you spend your morning there. Now, this is a social theme where it shows that you are a person who likes to socialize and meet people. So, therefore, please understand the difference between social themes which are coached and social themes that you can devise because you are living those social themes. So try and inculcate those kind of attributes in you that it comes naturally to you when you look at those kind of pictures. The third myth, which I've seen many candidates talking about, is that from your story, OLQs should come out. So you should bring out certain qualities. Now, again, ask yourself, if you do not have those qualities, how will they come out? So if you try and put those qualities there without those qualities being there in you, it is once again it is something called as a defense mechanism. Let's say if a person is timid and not very courageous, in every story he will talk about Ram was a very courageous boy, so and so was a brave leader. So when you reinforce it too many times, it naturally shows that this particular area of this person has a deficiency. So the psych gets to know that maybe this is what you're trying to reinforce, and it is your defense mechanism which is telling you to write this again and again. So please build up on those OLQs, on those qualities which are desired, rather than writing them down or trying to show to the assessor through certain stories by saying that you are brave, or so and so was brave in the picture. It does not bring out your attributes unless you've actually done those. And many times, your PIQ form speaks differently from what you're trying to profess. Certain people, whose academic performance has not been so good, and in stories he's only talking about brilliance and bright people and somebody who topped something. So naturally, once again, it is that person's defense mechanism which is trying to highlight those deficiencies that that person actually has. So the fourth myth which I've heard candidates talking about is that if in the picture there are males and only females, you have to introduce a character from outside, because you cannot relate with the female if you are a male. So again, it is a myth. If in the picture, whatever that you're seeing, whatever prominently that you're seeing, whatever figures, you have to become that person and you have to relate the story with that particular character only. If it is a male or a female, whatever that character is there, you have to connect with that character and make a story. So you don't have to necessarily say that, no, this is not a female, this is a male in the picture wearing female's clothes. So don't have to really shy away in case you find the opposite gender in the picture, or in some cases, the character in the picture may be a little elder to you. And again, somebody's told you that you have to relate with characters of your own age only. So you feel that you can't relate with that person. Again, it is wrong. So long as the person is productive, he could be a teacher, he could be a coach, he could be a doctor, he could be any authority figure who is doing something constructive. So even if that person is elder to you, but that is the only person in the picture, nothing wrong in associating with that person and creating a story. So again, it is a myth. And the last point, which again I've heard a lot of candidates talking about, is that the blank story must match with the other stories, other 11 stories. Now again, you ask yourself that each story is not matching with the other one. Why? Because each stimulus is different. In one story, there is a storm in a ship, and in another picture, there is a group of people sitting on a dining table and sipping tea. So how will these two stories relate? So therefore, what they mean when they say that the blank picture must relate with the other 11 stories is that it should come from your own mind only. So it should not be a borrowed or a copied story, because then it will get kind of highlighted. It will come out like a sore thumb. In other stories, you are projecting yourself to be someone else, whereas in the blank story, you appear to be someone else because this has been borrowed from another person and it is not your own thought process. So what they mean is that you must write stories which are original and which are your own. So I thought some tips about the TAT story writing, as also certain myths that I wanted to highlight and give my response to it. Hope you will find this series interesting. Thank you so much.